Praying to Ursa Major. 1. How sweet the sound in the northeast sky. A sickle moonlight from January joyrides. We witness the Big Dipper descend upon our lonely planet. Some Methuselah, unshaven, sings, "The end is near, repent, repent," swinging his tin cup, decrepitly expecting the ulterior motive of our favorite asterism, the global deity, wailing evangelically, "He who turneth the shadow of death into the morning, and maketh the day dark with night, that calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth, the Lord is his name, the global deity." Coming down fast from the heavens to breach the atmosphere and shovel deep and hefty chunks of savanna, tundra, jungle, cascades, steep and foothill, which erupt until all are gone from existence, pardon some grand unconscious eloping of the quiddities. Straight from the center of the solar system, the fiery nuclear fission ladle will neatly scoop up boulders of earth, raise continents, boil seas, and saying, "I knew it all along," the old sidewalk prophet drops his sign, swoops on, joy rides over. 2. It was February, and it was not going to snow. The sun had long gone down, and for me all that was to come were 7 falling stars in poetry. Onward I wrote, for February, and the memories accompanied by the stars, the words, and months. The 7 stars that hang, precariously in Latin, Septentrionis, root of north, literally 7 plow oxen, a common image of the Earth's mother constellation, the starry plow. In old Rome, it is the restless plow that sows the seeds of the sky. The perpetual celestial till still tends the stellar crops. 3. March. No crash, no coming apocalypse, just a bear in the sky, which is Callisto, once a nymph. Recursed by cuckolded Hera, it was Zeus who did it. Zeus who betrayed his wife, and Zeus who caused Callisto to incur Hera's wrath. Actus, Callisto's son, a noble hunter to the end, spotted the beast and killed and raised his javelin. It was Zeus who, spotting the impending kill, threw the bear and hunter into the sky, eternalized, and it was Zeus who forgot the nymph and kissed his wife on Mount Olympus, while mother and son chased one another across the northern theater. I am alone in March, staring up in a dark park as a nymph sits down beside me. Her leering eyes may cry my soul, but like Zeus, I will throw her into the heavens, and without a second's hesitation, make lightning my pen and parchment and seal. Celestial love note, good night, Greece. 4. April. Cruelest month. He who can go into all places rises up before us. The Aztecs' 7 stars, Texcatlipoca, god of death, destruction, and chaos, banished by his benevolent twin to dance forever in the sky as a puppet on his hands. The Mayans had this god as well, but named him Hunrakan, derivative of hurricane, and it is in this spinning wild nature to be the whirling dervish of the sky. I slammed my leg in the cellar door and cursed, then slammed the rusted metal bolt in place and prepared for nighttime rain. April, coolest month, breeding lilacs out of dead land, mixing winds and rain and stars and poetry, pollen coming up and down. I imagine Eliot in Mayan Yucatan, bewildered by the native gods and staring up at those 7 stars. 5. I long for May, when the stars stand still, when the stars stand tall and the sky is filled with sages, 7 spinning wisely. The asterism, in India, the Saptarshi, are the 7 patriarchs of the Veda. They point to Polaris, a gift from Vishnu, to the 8th sage, a boy, Dhruva. I long for May, and like a boy, sit in the sunny grass. The clouds seep across the sunset, and the ghostly moon is becoming ever more oblique. No dipper tonight, but tomorrow perhaps, as I travel out of the city. 6. June for the Finns. Octava rises high in the northwest sky. The celestial salmon stream of 7 stars. The great river Tenno, on Terra, produces more of these fish than anywhere else in the world. In the sky, a weir, or trap for fish at the gap, where river meets sea. I sit and dine upon the stars, and sushi, Atlantic salmon in the night, sake, sashimi, finish. Above, below, and within, I think of crisp blue skies I have never seen, and the wakes of seals in finished lakes, dining too upon the salmon. 7. The consortium of heat and night leaves the humid July air thick and sticking to my lungs. The lonesome Philadelphia skyline on the horizon of 95, like pyramids in the Valley of the Kings, all faced northwards, towards the spinning leg of wool in the sky. The strange Egyptian constellation, the floating beast's appendage, not part of any larger creature, but hanging mysteriously severed. Priests once donned leopard furs to symbolize desert skies. For these men would don furs and liken themselves to skyscraper window panes. From my fickle and sputtering vehicle, I drive upon the summery lanes towards the city, whose sky is dark tonight. Although I cannot see the plow, I know it guides the dying and dead, and harvests grain for corn, or corn for cows, whose leg, amputated, hovers overhead. 8. Hello, 10th of August. Today, I am 22, vomiting bile in a hospital, strapped to a bed and pumped full of morphine. I long to bathe. My bedpan is out of reach, and like a drowning man, I gasp for air with every breath. There is a certain smell to bile not unlike a blooming lotus, which from my window I can see 7. A Chinese queen once took a bath in a lake and felt her presence, and from the depths rose up 9 lotus blossoms, which when opened revealed 9 stars. They flew into the sky. I can see only 7 stars from my window. The old plow or bear low to the horizon, like petals hovering on water. It is said by Taoist mystics that should one see the other 2 stars, the invisible attendants, they will be granted a long and fruitful life. 9. We hunt bear again. 3 of us. You take the bow, he'll take the pot, and I'll carry the lumber for the fire. Look, if it please, we fearsome hunters. But September can get cold, and this bear will last us long. You, with the bow, begin the pursuit. Once you've caught the beast, then the cook will put him in the pot, and I'll light the flame. We never caught the bear, and still we run in circles across the sky. Down below the Iroquois, mothers tell their children of our tale, and now we run in circles, unsure if it is us chasing the bear or the bear that is chasing us. 10. It is a symbol of the golden wheel to the Buddhists, the constellation circling Polaris. Its purpose is to ward off disaster and calamity. I wonder why I did not know this sooner, and draw a wheel upon a page with a yellow highlighter. A shrine to the Dipper is personified by one Buddha, a symbol of the North Star. It is a hut in the forest, tranquil and undisturbed. Over the Buddha's head floats the 7 stars, a round and red sun to its east, and a white and sickle moon on the west. It is October, and I am in the mountains once again, crossing the Susquehanna from Harrisburg towards Pittsburgh. The Pennsylvania moon looms in my rearview mirror, and a red and setting sun causes a glare which patches every spot upon my windshield. There will be peace of mind after the drive, but I am nowhere near Nirvana yet. 11. November is no time for Nirvana. In Scotland, Ireland, England, and Europe, the myth is largely similar, but with different titles. I saw the Dipper hanging once in Scotland, though there they called it Charles Wain, the wagon in the sky. It travels eternally, from south to west, to north to east, and south again, undoubtedly trading. The Vikings call it Odin's Wain, and brought the terminology to the island at some point in its late prehistory. In France, it became known as Charlemagne's Wain, a more poetic title. This terminology came back to England, and Odin was replaced. In Ireland, it is David's Wain, and though I have never been there, I assume it resembles the other kings. Stateside, the kings are dead. I look up and see only what my 5th grade teacher sang as the drinking gourd. I can be like ancient travelers, look up, and take the northern chart that exchanged hands from the legacy of kings to the exodus of slaves. 12. December requires peace and patience. There is a legend that tells of a widow who, losing her husband in war, was left with 7 sons who treated her dearly. To their dismay, she mourned night and day for the loss of her beloved husband. While she mourned in her hut, her sons toiled their little farm on the coast of the Han River. Early one morning, the sons awoke their mother and, in an attempt to cheer her up, accompanied her to the market. The sad widow struggled to unload a basket of gourds from her wagon. A hunter from the forest across the river noticed her plight and quickly helped her to lift the case and place it on the market stall. Rosy-cheeked and flustered from the stress, she thanked the man. He sold arrowheads and bear fat from his stall, which adjacent to her became the most popular corner of the market. She accepted a fur from him as a gift, but he would not take a gourd in return. At sunset, he counts his earnings, and he bought a gourd from her. The following week, he bought another, and it was then the sons noticed how much the hunter comforted the widow, and it was then that they discovered that he was a widower. His wife had been a casualty of war as well, it seemed. The widow was always happy to go to the market, and she was always so sad to leave, knowing she would wait another week before seeing the hunter again. Like their stalls at the market, their huts were near each other, dividing them with the mighty Han, which had no bridge of land nor wood for the safety to safely cross and visit the man who comforted her. The sons took note of this. At night, when their mother slept, the sons each found the largest stones they could carry and threw them into the river. The next morning, the widow awoke to see a footpath crossing the Han, 7 stones leading right to the hunter's coastline. She thanked the heavens for such a gift, and met the hunter at the 4th stone, in the center of the river. Their embrace caused the stones to rise into the sky, eternalized, as the bridge on which lovers meet lovers and live forever. It is December. I am with the people I love, and I am tired. A new year looms. The same myths are retold, cyclical, infinite, hanging over the horizon, rising up, swooping down, and spiraling like a lovely starlit egret. I will awaken in January.